Welcome to the Blow Up the Blueprint podcast, where it's all about how to use creative thinking in your business for a standout brand. With your host, Joe Gifford.
Welcome to Blow Up the Blueprint, how to use creative thinking in your business for a standout brand. With me, Joe Gifford, your host or hostess. Hi everyone, it's Joe Gifford here. So delighted that you've joined me on my brand new podcast. This is episode 1. And for those of you who've known me for some time, you'll know that this is my second kind of foray into podcasting, and I'm delighted to be here with this new podcast, new focus. And if you're new to me, then hey, it's great to have you here. I'm going to be introducing myself and what I bring to all this stuff shortly in the episode. But first of all, let's give you a heads up of what you can expect from my podcast. So what you can expect to learn in each of these episodes is how creative thinking can really help your business, how you can use different techniques, different strategies and methodologies to create a standout brand and standout business and say goodbye to the cookie cutters once and for all. And also I'm going to be applying all of the stuff that I know, plus the amazing insights from my guests, to show you how you can practically use creative thinking methodologies and techniques to leverage new language for your business, new concepts, new approaches, new ideas, and to really crack open the opportunities out there for you to build a business in a way that feels really good to you, but also stands out from the crowd. So, here in episode 1 is a little introduction to yours truly. So who am I? Well, my first career was graphic design, and I worked my way up through the ranks to, senior designer and new business design manager, and did my master's in design management. And the stuff that I loved throughout my career in a design agency was the creative thinking process with my teams. And I used to love taking the brief from my clients, working with my team to generate some killer ideas and concepts, and then to present that back to the client as our concept. And when I did my master's in design management, I used that to fuel my passion for creative thinking. And I really concentrated my research on how creative thinking techniques can specifically help small businesses with their new business activity, which is what I bring to you guys now. But in between then and now, it's been a good 10 years since I had a proper job, guys. I've been self-employed now for just over a decade, and I now serve entrepreneurs to help them ignite their brilliance and get their message out to the world through killer content. And I have a variety of ways that I do that, but the thread between it all, between what I teach about working smarter, what I teach about creating some killer content, and what I teach about blowing up the blueprint and going your own way, the heart of it all is creative thinking. So why is it important right now? Why is this creative part of our brain needed right now? Well, here's the thing. Creative thinking leads to innovation, which keeps you at the edge of your game. And I'm not talking about, going to paint every day just to kind of get your inner ideas out. Although, hey, if that works for you, that's totally fine. But let's go back to what creative thinking is. Okay, so creative thinking is a set of methodologies and tools to enable and uncover new perspectives, ideas, and approaches. Okay, so far from being an exclusive club for the Silicon Valley guys, right, with their kind of ping pong in the offices and, crazy things going on. All right, this is a killer tool that you can use, and you can start to use it easily in your business right now. Okay, so what we're talking about here is what's known as little c in creativity, which, as opposed to creating a masterpiece of artwork or creative activity. So as described by the granddaddy of creative thinking, Edward de Bono, little c creativity is described as breaking out of established patterns in order to look at things in a different way. So, to that end, guys, little c creativity or creative thinking is focused on creative thinking skills that allow us to come up with original ideas. Okay, so what does that mean to you as a business owner? So the original ideas don't need to be a new product or service, although they often are. They could also be ways to improve a workflow, a production line, or a manufacturing process. They could be ways to describe what you do in a way that has immense impact in a crowded marketplace. They could be concepts, experiences, or approaches that are new. And you don't have to be a tech giant to use creative thinking in your business. These things are really easy to implement, and I'm going to be showing you how right here in this podcast. So, and specifically, why does it matter more now than ever? Okay, so we are living in an ever-changing world where the goalposts are changing all the time. This is, the landscape of business right now is moving at lightning speed, with new tech being introduced all the time, with new availability to new markets all the time. We are living in a really uncertain world of business, but we have a lot of opportunity because, due to the technology, due to all the opportunities in front of us, we get to access new markets all the time. But we need to stay ahead and to stand apart, because original ideas and unique perspectives, which are essential for setting you apart in business, will emerge when you allow time and space for your brain to get creative and when your experience changes regularly. So to that end, we're going to be looking at how feeding your creative well is a key habit in developing, creative thinking skills. And this stuff is so easy to implement. As with everything that I like to teach, it's stuff that is easy for you to implement like right now in your business, because I want you to be able to find solutions to stay agile, original, and successful. Because we need to have the ability to adapt and to innovate and to find solutions. And, this is a critical core competency in your business. So rather than being a nebulous, kind of very, very whimsical, intangible entity, creative thinking is essential to your business. And it's my goal, guys, to show you throughout this podcast and the materials and trainings which I have going on online, how you can implement this stuff in your biz. So we know that it's important right now. We know that markets are changing. We know that the landscape around us in business is changing. And I am sure that if you've been in business for more than 37 seconds, you will have noticed how your particular niche is crowded. No matter what it is you're doing, we're all operating in really crowded marketplaces, and the noise out there, the content creation is getting louder and louder on different platforms all the time. So you need to find some innovative ways to stand out, to help your business stand out and to set yourself apart from the crowd, to be what your customers want, but also to show originality and to find interesting new ways to solve problems in your business that can help your business grow, flourish, and thrive. And this is what I'm here to help you do. And I'm so excited about it. So this is the first introductory episode, guys, and what I want you guys to do is to make sure that you email me with ideas for future episodes, with ideas for guests. I'm open to your suggestions, so you can email me, joe@joegifford.co. Just pop in the title there, podcast idea or podcast guest, and I will be, giving you guys a shout out and responding to your ideas. And I'm open to hearing, who you want on the show. This is for you as well as it is for me. And I've got some great people lined up for you. In the meantime, I want to tell you about how you can start to lay the scene to kind of set your brain working to allow creativity to flourish. Now, I've developed a process called the brilliance ignition process, which is it's like a kind of walkthrough layering approach that I use with my clients that allows you to start opening up your brain to creativity, to start making some tiny tweaks that aren't overwhelming, and to bring in some creative thinking techniques. Now, the very first stage of this is to start making tiny changes in your day. Start making tiny habits to see new things in your experience. Because the more that we intake new stimuli, new experiences, new environments, the more that your brain is able to process and to generate new ideas. And of course, later on I'm going to be showing you how to use creative thinking triggers, how to use all sorts of techniques to brainstorm, how to generate ideas. But at the base of it all, I've got some little mini adventures for you to try. So here's what I challenge you to do something new every single day. This is something which I commit, for myself to do as well, because it's so important in helping your brain to have new experiences, to experience new emotions, new environments, all of that good stuff. And also, guys, you can't expect to zig when everyone else is zagging if you are doing the same thing every day. So this is a habit which allows you to open those floodgates for creative thinking and for originality. So these don't have to be enormous things in your day. These don't have to be like crazy things that you need to go and do, okay? I am just talking about making tiny, tiny tweaks. So it could be something as simple as going to a different coffee shop today, ordering a different coffee, trying a different, bean blend. It could be trying a new dance move on YouTube, and that's something which I did yesterday, much to my neighbour's chagrin, I'm sure. It could be something like taking a new route home. And I'll be sharing with you the experience of one of my lovely clients who took a new route and actually ended up completely redesigning their business. So this is not, this is really powerful stuff, but in tiny steps. You might want to cook a new recipe, go to a different restaurant, read a different blog or book, order a different wine to your usual, try a different app. You might want to listen to a new album, a podcast, a radio station, or visit a new gallery. And to make this easier for you, I've got a list of 21 prompts which will help to make this a walk in the park for you. And there's another idea, of course, you can go for a park walk. And I'm going to be putting the link in the show notes below. So what we're trying to do here is to set up a new habit, and habits take time to stick. But if you can begin by making these tiny tweaks every day for the next 30 days, you're well on your way to filling your creative well as a natural habit. And what you'll notice is, when I start to teach you some creative thinking techniques that you can layer up on top of this practice, which you have daily, then you've got a great recipe for outstanding ideas, which is going to set you and your business apart, which makes me really happy and will make your business happy as well. So it can be really helpful to have a system to remind you to do something new every day. You might want to stick some post-it notes in strategic places, so by the kettle if you're a caffeine addict like me, or set a reminder in your Google Calendar or on your iPhone. Use an app like I Done This, which can help you record your adventures with an email prompt, or crack open a brand new Evernote for each week and set yourself a reminder. Or you can create a recurring Trello card, or whatever it is that works for you. But I challenge you to start doing something new every single day. And I want to hear back. I want to hear if you do this. I want to hear if you challenge yourself to do something new every single day and what little adventures you go on. So feedback to me, joe@joegifford.co, and I can't wait to hear how your adventures go, and I'll be featuring you on the show as your adventures lead you to interesting ideas. Okay, so I can't wait to come back in episode 2, where we'll be talking about how to use Netflix to fuel your ideas in your business. So at last we have an excuse to binge watch. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.